Hey Yorktown, it's Matt Slater, your town supervisor, coming to you with another update on COVID-19. As you can see, we're back here at my dining room table. As a reminder, our employees at Town Hall all were working remotely today as we sanitize the building following our first positive COVID-19 test result for one of our staff members. Just give everyone a quick update on the numbers here, and they continue to rise. And as I said before, we continue to see an intense surge in the numbers. Yorktown now is at 105 confirmed cases. That's 105 confirmed cases for the town of Yorktown. In Westchester County, the number has grown to 9,967. That is an increase of 641 cases in the county of Westchester. Statewide today, the governor reported we are now at 75,795. That number is up from 9,000, is an increase of 9,298 statewide. So again, from Yorktown, the new number of confirmed cases is 105. As I said earlier, I'm here in my dining room, coming to you live to provide this update because Town Hall was closed today. We had our staff working remotely because we did have someone test positive. I was part of the reason, or the main reason I'm late today, is because I was informed late this afternoon that we did have a second person who actually was tested positive for COVID-19 as well. Consequently, we will be having all Town Hall employees continue to work remotely. So Town Hall employees will continue to work remotely for the rest of this week. Our priority, obviously, is the safety and security and health of our employees and also the general public. And that's one of the reasons why we closed Town Hall and all of our public buildings. And that began back on March 15th. And so, again, part of the reason I'm late here tonight is because I was discussing and deliberating with the individual town board members who continue to be incredible assets for me personally, as well as the rest of our town staff, notifying them of what has now occurred. Again, our second positive COVID-19 case from a town staff member directly in Town Hall. In addition, we also, earlier today, I did pen a letter to Governor Cuomo. I've heard from quite a few folks regarding the April 30th tax deadline for local and county taxes. Again, as I've said multiple times, and I'm going to reiterate it, we at the town level don't have the authority to extend that deadline. That has to come from the state, and again, I know that the federal and state income tax deadlines have been extended, but the town municipal tax deadline remains April 30th. And so I did pen a letter to the governor today asking for his support and assistance in providing some relief. I think the governor has done a tremendous job, and I've spoken with his staff about the letter to make sure that they know that this was not in any way meant to be combative. I am doing my best to advocate for our community and make sure that the needs of our community are heard and understood. And it's I'm the one who did sign the letter, but I will say that the letter came from our entire, and I apologize, I'm trying my best to speak over my children here, but that letter did come with my signature on it, but it was discussed in conjunction with every town board member. And so, again, this is one of the new realities of how we are operating. And so the entire town board was supportive of the letter and recognized the need to advocate for our community. I spoke quite in depth with our town assessor and tax receiver about the process moving forward and what is expected of us and what changes we may see come down from the state level. And so I know that the governor and our state legislators, Senator Harckham, who I spoke with last night, as well as Assemblyman Byrne, are engaged right now in passing a state budget of some kind because, frankly, all of our budgets are busted at this point. I think the governor reported the other day that they were about $15 billion short in anticipated revenue. But I did speak to both state legislators. They are aware and they recognize also the need for some type of relief. Westchester is actually a little unique in the timeline for tax collection, and Yorktown specifically. We're one of 17 municipalities that collects taxes on April 30th. And Westchester, and I don't mean to provide some minutia, but Westchester does collect taxes differently than other municipalities across and other counties across New York State, because the municipality collects the taxes in Westchester, whereas in other counties, the county collects the taxes and disperses it to the school districts and the municipalities. So we are unique in a lot of ways, both good and bad. But I did send that letter over to the governor today. It is on our website, yorktownny.org, and we will continue to advocate for all of our taxpayers. Again, we do not have the legal authority to extend the April 30th tax deadline, nor do we have the authority to waive any fees or penalties associated with any late payment. But we are strongly advocating for that support and relief from decision makers up in Albany and in partnership with our partners in county government as well. I know County Executive Latimer and my fellow supervisors and mayors continue to be engaged in very in-depth conversations about this. Lastly, last two real quick housekeeping items. Bulk pickup. We've had to amend the bulk pickup schedule again. Fact of the matter is, and I stated this before, that with everyone being home, we're generating a lot more trash. I was with our R&R director this morning, driving through the condos and townhouses up in Mohegan Lake to see the situation that folks are experiencing up there. We did hear from some residents about some of the trash collection. It's quite evident that with everyone, again, since we are on a 100% non-essential workforce reduction, that a lot more people are home, generating a lot more trash. Really important that we're following the best practices and pre-sorting, especially our recyclables, especially folks up in Mohegan Colony and Lakeside and New Chalet, in that whole area up there. If you can just make sure that you're properly putting the correct trash in the correct receptacle, it's going to make everyone's lives a lot easier. And for folks on other parts of town, again, we're going to update that bulk pickup, and here it is. Section 2 is still on for April 6th. Section 3 is for April 20th. Section 4 is for May 4th. May 4th. May the 4th be with you. That's everyone's favorite day for all my Star Wars fans out there. Please do me a favor, though. Again, I know everyone's home. We're trying to find things to keep us busy. Do not put your trash out at the curb weeks before your bulk pickup date. We will have to send code enforcement over to address that. It's not something that we're looking to do, but it's just going to become an unsightly eyesore and encourage more people to do it. So please, again, Section 2 is April 6th. Section 3 is April 20th. Section 4 is May 4th. Please do your best not to put out that bulk trash too many days ahead of when that is scheduled to happen. And as a last-minute reminder, litter. I've said it before. We continue to get a lot of complaints about this, and I've seen it myself. There's a lot, and just like I said previously about the trash, we're seeing a lot of litter in our parking lots, on the sides of our streets. We are investing in additional equipment, additional litter cams to put up in specific places around town. Littering is against the law. There is a fine associated with littering. So if you do litter, and it is against the law, if you do litter and you do get caught, you will be fined. Period. End of conversation. And we are putting the correct parameters in place to make sure that that does, in fact, happen. I do also want to thank everyone, though. I made a comment about some of the dog waste. I was on Turkey Mountain this afternoon with my son. Very happy to see that there were no dogs on Turkey Mountain. In fact, it was actually very pleasant because there weren't really many people there either. But also, I did not see any litter. I didn't see any discarded dog waste or dog waste that wasn't picked up. And so it's really important as we continue to focus on our passive parks that we take care of our passive parks. And there is some social responsibility that everyone has to partake in. And it's not anyone else's job to pick up the trash for you. If you create it, pick it up. If your dog creates it, pick it up. It's just common decency, social responsibility, and it's going to help everyone get through this a lot quicker. So again, just as a recap for tonight, 105 COVID-19 positive cases in our community. Town Hall is going to remain closed with our staff working remotely. We are continuing to work in Town Hall. That's our building department, our tax receiver's office, obviously the supervisor's office, and you can continue to call. We continue to check messages. We continue to answer emails. If you need to call me, my number is 914-962-5722, extension 200. 914-962-5722, extension 200. If you need to email me, you can email me directly at any time at night, mslater@yorktownny.org. Again, that's mslater@yorktownny.org. Our highway department continues to operate at a 50% staff. Again, the governor did hand down a mandate for local and county governments to be at 50% workforce. So our highway department continues to work. Our water department continues to work. Parks and sewer. These are essential services that we all are coming to rely on, as well as, of course, our R&R, refuse and recycling. These are all essential services, and our PD. These are all essential services that we continue to rely on, and they continue to go above and beyond to support our community during these trying times. So that's just a quick update. We're going to be doing these more from my kitchen table for the time being because Town Hall is going to remain closed. It was fully disinfected earlier today. For some departments, that was the second round of fully disinfection that they received, a disinfectant treatment. Previously, just for everyone at home to know, again, it's been closed since March 15th to the public, so we don't have any reason to believe anybody from the public may have come into contact as a result from coming into Town Hall for the two staff members who have tested positive. We will continue to make sure government functions. We'll continue to make sure that you receive your essential services, and we'll continue to make sure that you get validated and accurate information as it becomes available. So again, stay safe, stay healthy, and with any new information we get, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much.